Thank you for your free reading request. I understand that you would like some guidance around prioritizing self-love, how you do that inner work so that it reflects externally, and so that you have better outcomes with your connections and your love relationships. So with that said, let's get some messages for the Queen around areas of her life or things that she could do, actions she could take to overall improve herself and improve her love relationships. You've got the Knight of Cups, you've got the Sun, Five of Wands, Three of Swords in reverse. So it's possible that you are, whether you're aware of it or not, a romantic person, okay? Someone that is sensitive as well, charming. You could also be someone that feels that they have a lot of love to give, okay? I think that overall your self-concept or your ideas around who you are generally positive here with the Sun card, okay? This could also be indicating that you will have success in this area, okay, that you seek to improve. With the Five of Wands, I do also see that it's possible you have a lot of internal kind of conflict, maybe some guilt. Maybe you feel stuck, primarily in the areas of passion, drive, okay? And with the Three of Swords here in reverse, you may have suffered things in the past. You may be dealing with them currently. But the Three of Swords in reverse generally means that you're breaking free of that, okay? So yes, you've had your challenges. And I think overall what this tells me is that while you may be internally conflicted, overall you still do a good job of like releasing things, of letting those things go. Got the Eight of Swords here in reverse. Yeah, I don't think that you necessarily want to fall into any kind of victim mentality or anything like that, although it's possible that you may find yourself there at times because you're not feeling like you're like the highest or the best version of yourself. I think you have a lot of self-doubt. Yeah, you feel like you aren't able to change or make the things that you want to happen actually happen for you. There will be some change here. Got the Page of Cups here in reverse. You know, it's a friendly reminder to allow yourself to receive, all right? It's about really experiencing and enjoying those little joys in life. It's about communicating in a way that brings you joy, only allowing yourself to receive that same type of kind of communication from others that brings you joy. So in other words, if somebody says something to you that is negative, you can't allow that to resonate. You know, you have to actively tell yourself or tell that person that that doesn't work for you, that you don't accept that, okay? With the Page of Pentacles here, I think there's a lot of learning overall that you need to do as well. It could be in this area. It could also be in terms of some of what the Wheel of Fortune represents, okay? So starting anew, taking those actions, it's a mindset. There's a change required in mindsets as well. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You know, in this case, I get the sense that we're talking about a focus on health, believe it or not. The basics of health, sleeping well, taking care of self, drinking enough water, eating well. So there's element of self-care here with the Queen of Pentacles, and it's very much in terms of the material things, okay? So, you know, sustenance, nutrition, It's about taking care of the physical body. It's about grounding ourselves. Let's pull some additional messages for you. Nine of Wands, making sure not to give up. Don't throw in the towel. You could be feeling very tired, very overburdened even. And again, we're talking about wands. So passion, creativity. What kind of actions can the current take for herself? Additional messages around actions the current can take for herself. Eight of Pentacles in reverse, Moon in reverse, 10 of Pentacles, every single one of these in reverse. So I'm taking that as energies, things that you need to internalize, okay? So I mentioned briefly earlier about there's things for you to learn. The Eight of Pentacles here for me in reverse also reconfirms that. It's about those kind of cycles of life. Maybe there's some reflection that could take place here where you think of kind of these repetitive patterns and try to analyze why they're happening, because things repeat themselves until we finally mastered something, until we've learned that lesson, until we've developed that skill set. Okay, so give that some thought. The Moon here in reverse does speak to doing some of that shadow work. Okay, you're going to have to dig really deeply. You're going to have to consider your shadow self, okay? Aspects of yourself that you may not necessarily appreciate. Think about how you can and what you can do to better appreciate those. Maybe reconcile with some of that, reconcile with the past perhaps as well. Okay, again, going back to the Eight of Pentacles here in reverse. We've got the 10 of Pentacles here also in the reverse. So I think you're primarily focused on solutions related to the material world. So the manifestation of this connection or this, you know, ideal relationship or this ideal partner. But to get there, and in the heart of the matter, we've got the Moon card. So a lot of that internal work will surely help to turn things around in the material world. I get the sense, and what I'm hearing is not to stress too much about the future, okay? With the 10 of Pentacles here, really speaking to the long term, you know, kind of where we want to see ourselves in life in the future. Family, you know, retired, having some kind of assets or things, you know, that we may want to pass down to our family. Just whatever that future vision is for yourself, or, you know, the far, far future. Don't worry about it too much. Don't stress yourself over that. There's a lot of kind of independence needed. There's this energy around owning one's power, being fierce, embodying, okay, one's self and sense of self. That will help address the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. We want to consider the messaging from the card prior to it in the same suit, okay? Which is the 9 of Pentacles. And again, it's about really being able to stand one's ground firmly, independently, fiercely. It's about being comfortable with self, fully comfortable with self. I will not say comfortable with being lonely, because that's not what that's about. We're never actually alone. But there is a certain level of comfort required with the self and with being ourselves and even being by ourselves, okay? So there could be some additional learning to do there. Yeah, you've got the Two of Cups in reverse. So at this time, and you may already recognize this, you may not be ready for a partnership, okay? Two of Cups in reverse and Ace of Cups in reverse together certainly convey the same meaning, okay? You want to focus on yourself, self-love, allowing things to flow as well, recognizing that there is an abundance of the things that we desire. So a lot of times we focus on what we don't have because we're so focused on, I wish I was this way, or I wish I had that, or whatever the case may be. And as long as we continue to focus on the current reality, okay, what's manifest at the moment, the more of that we're going to bring into our lives, okay? So you want to get to that point where you are in that relationship, or you have reached that ideal future for self. You really have to focus on what that would feel like for you, so that you have an abundance of that feeling in your heart space, so that you're always in that container, okay, of that feeling. Because the feeling will then inform your thinking, it'll inform your words. And if you know about different techniques for manifesting things, it does start with that container, that feeling, and it comes out of our being through the way that we speak, okay, through the vibrational quality of the words that we speak and the things that we say, as well as what we allow into our lives, the things that we allow to nourish us. And this does include words. So, when someone says rough words or harsh words, right, those don't feel good, but we don't have to accept that. And when we speak lovingly towards others, or others speak lovingly towards us, that makes us feel good. That can literally turn your whole day around. So what's most important here with the Two of Cups then going down again to the Ace of Cups is, again, going back to self, but also being very, very gracious with self and not too critical. All right, so the way that you speak to yourself, your inner voice, is going to either make you or break you, okay? Let's go ahead and pull some additional messages for you from two oracles. The first one is the Oracle of the Spirit Guides here. Compromise, master teachers around you, and remind you to make compromise. Got partnerships in love. You may need to compromise in partnerships in love. Perhaps you need to consider your approach, okay, to your partnerships and to love. The nature spirits are spirits that you can connect with by, spending time outside, okay? So again, doing some of that shadow work. There's a lot of night reflected here in this card, all right? So again, going back to that Moon card, and we have the Divine Mother reminds you that you can always have a new life, breathe new life into yourself, all right? We do that through that inner work, that self-reflection. All right, so this deck here includes self-concept affirmations. This one turned around really quickly. All right, I trust my inner guidance. My soul knows the way forward. Let's pull two more for you. You can use these self-concept affirmations as you'd like. Oh, so many turned over. Let's try that again. I grabbed two. Okay, I anchor the boundless light in my heart. I am divine. I see clearly and accurately through divine assistance. Okay, well, that's all I have for you. Thank you and best of luck.